Hello and welcome to Verdict 2017. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you, and in the next 30 minutes I'll be getting you all the news and updates from 5 election-bound states. Well, we look closely at the political landscape in Uttar Pradesh with the SP Congress alliance in place and the BJP as well as BSP looking to consolidate their vote base. All the details on that and much more in this bulletin. Let us start with the headlines. The Election Commission writes to political parties against use of caste, race, religion or language for campaigning, clarifies the photographs of constitutional authorities cannot be used for poll purposes. 40 star campaigners for Congress in Uttar Pradesh, including Sonia Gandhi, Rahul and Priyanka. Samajwadi Party's list does not include Shivpal Yadav. SP's Lucknow candidate Aparna Yadav speaks exclusively to Rajya Sabha TV, says all is well within the Yadav family, confident of defeating Rita Bahuguna Joshi. Goa Chief Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar hints at continuing as the Chief Minister if BJP wins back power. This after Amit Shah said that next government will function under Manohar Parikar's leadership. And Aam Aadmi Party complains to Election Commission over alleged fake letter written to Arvind Kejriwal on social media in Punjab, wants criminal case against those behind it. Well, the Election Commission has written to all recognized national and state political parties asking them not to seek votes in the name of religion, caste, race, community or language. Now, the poll panel also said that campaigning must not in any manner be in contravention of the recent Supreme Court judgment on the matter. The apex court had held that any appeal to vote or to refrain from voting for a candidate on grounds of religion, caste, race, community or language would amount to corrupt practice sufficient to annul the election. The poll panel asked political parties to inform the centre and the candidates about the ruling of the Supreme Court. The EC also said that such appeals will also fall under the ambit of Model Code of Conduct. And the Election Commission has also clarified that photographs of constitutional authorities cannot be used for poll purposes. Well, this came after the Congress used President Pranab Mukherjee's picture on a poll hoarding in Ludhiana. The panel said that all constitutional authorities cannot be associated with any particular political party. Well, the President's Secretariat had pointed out to the Election Commission that the photographs of the President and Vice President are being used by political parties. The Secretariat then urged the poll watchdog to issue suitable instruction in this regard. Well, the poll panel has said that apart from photographs of President and the Vice President of the country, now photographs of the Governor of the states should also not be associated with any manner in campaigning. News from Uttar Pradesh. Well, BJP has released its third list of 67 candidates for the state assembly polls, which includes the name of former BSP leader Swami Prasad Maurya, who had recently joined the BJP. Well, besides Maurya, the party has also given tickets to two other former BSP leaders, R.K. Chaudhary and Dara Singh Chauhan. BJP so far announced the names of 370 candidates for 403 assembly seats. Well, for the remaining 33 seats, the party is in talks with its allies Apna Dal and Bharatiya Samaj Party. Now, most of the 67 candidates announced are for the seats which will go to polls in the 6th and the 7th phase. Now, staying with Uttar Pradesh, the Samajwadi Party has named 40 star campaigners for the UP polls. Well, the names have been submitted to the Election Commission. Now, what is interesting is that Shivpal Yadav does not find a mention in the list. Well, the list contains the names of Mulayam Singh Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav and 38 others, but not Shivpal. Now, his exclusion from the list highlights the severe divide within the first family of the Samajwadi Party ever since the move to make Akhilesh the party chief was taken. Now, Shivpal Yadav was also removed from the post of the state party chief. Now, signs that all is not well were evident when Shivpal did not attend the press conference where Akhilesh released the party manifesto. Well, the list of campaigners now include Kiranmoy Nanda, Azam Khan, Ram Gopal Yadav, Naresh Agarwal, Jaya Bachchan and Rajendra Chaudhary. Besides, the state presidents of SP Yuva Sabha are also included. And scrutiny of nominations for the first phase of elections in Uttar Pradesh will take place today, while polling for 73 constituencies spread over 15 districts in western Uttar Pradesh will take place on 11th of February. And the last day of withdrawal of candidature is 27th of January. And on Tuesday, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav kicked off the Samajwadi Party's election campaign from Sultanpur. Now targeting the BJP-led government at the centre, Akhilesh alleged that it would incorporate in the union budget some of the ambitious schemes announced in the SP manifesto to take credit for them. Well, the Samajwadi Party national president also ridiculed the Achhe Din promise of Prime Minister Narendra Modi while promising to make the metro in Uttar Pradesh a reality. Akhilesh also highlighted the achievements of his government in the past 5 years. Now he will be holding his second rally in Lakhimpur today.
एक ऐसी पार्टी को जिता दिया जिसने कहा कि अच्छे दिन आ जाएंगे। हम सुल्तानपुर के लोगों से पूछना चाहते हैं, बताओ अच्छे दिन कहां हैं? मैं ये बात कह के जा रहा हूं बड़ी जिम्मेदारी के साथ पत्रकार साथियों के साथ। आप देख लेना जब बजट उनका आएगा तो कहीं न कहीं हमारे समाजवादियों ने जो काम किए उनकी नकल करने का काम उनको बजट करेगा, क्योंकि इतने अच्छे काम किसी सरकार ने नहीं किए।
And Rajya Sabha TV spoke to Aparna Yadav, the SP candidate from Lucknow Kent, who will take on BJP's Rita Bahuguna Joshi in the polls. Now, she says that she has played the role of keeping the Samajwadi Party united.
आपको लगता है संशय की जो स्थिति थी वो जो है उससे उबर चुके हैं, और दूसरा ये है कि आपकी क्या भूमिका थी उसमें?
देखिए, भूमिका एक जो छोटी बहू होने के नाते होनी चाहिए किसी भी मर्यादित परिवार में, हमारे वही एक भूमिका रहती। हम अपने जितना भी फेविकॉल का काम कर सकते थे, मैंने फेविकॉल का काम किया, जोड़ने का काम किया, क्योंकि अपर्णा यादव का हमेशा से ये मैं बोलती आई हूँ कि परिवार एक है। बहुत से हमारे जो अन्य कार्यकर्ता भी थे उनमें भी बड़ा निराशा थी एक समय पर, मगर मैंने सबको आश्वासन यही देते रहे। तभी मैंने एक भी दिन कैंपेन अपना नहीं रोका, एक नॉट अ वेरी सिंगल डे मैंने रोका अपना कैंपेन, कभी नहीं, ऐसा कभी नहीं किया। हमने हमेशा सबको साथ में लेकर चले हम। और देखिए, जैसे एक परिवार होता है वैसे ही एक पार्टी होती है, क्योंकि जनता को जब तक हम अपने परिवार नहीं मानेंगे तब तक हम जो है कार्य करने में और कार्य करवाने में दोनों में असक्षम।
You know, the Congress party has submitted to the Election Commission its list of 40 star campaigners for the UP Assembly elections. Now, the names include Priyanka Gandhi, Party Vice President Rahul Gandhi, former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh and Party President Sonia Gandhi are also on the list of party star campaigner. Now, Ghulam Nabi Azad, Raj Babbar, Sheila Dikshit, Manish Tiwari, Bhupinder Singh Hooda, Ashok Gehlot and former Lok Sabha Speaker Meera Kumar will also campaign in Uttar Pradesh for the Congress party.
कांग्रेस की नया डूबते दिख रही है, इसलिए उन्होंने ये विषय कोई नई विषय नहीं है। हर एक चुनाव में उनकी लोगों के मन में आती है कि फलाना प्रचार करने से कांग्रेस पार्टी आगे बढ़ जाएगी, लेकिन बढ़ना तो कोई होती नहीं है।
And my colleague Kriti Mishra is joining us live from Agra. Kriti, now speaking first about the Samajwadi Party, now there is an alliance well in place and it is time for campaigning. But if you look at the list of SP's star campaigners, again it seems internal feud has not really been resolved because the name of Shivpal Yadav is not in that list.
Well, that's right, Aishwarya. Electoral heat is intensifying in Uttar Pradesh. Parties have come out with their list of star campaigners to woo voters and to reap electoral benefits. As far as Uttar Pradesh and Congress's alliance with Samajwadi Party is concerned, of course, Shivpal's name is excluded from the list of campaigners. The feud is, of course, reflected. But as far as the interesting thing goes is, these are these posters that have come up across Uttar Pradesh, featuring Dimple Yadav and Priyanka Gandhi, with caption given, "Is bar bajega mahilaon ka danka." And Samajwadi Party has also come up with a catchphrase which says, "Is bar hamari sarkar." So the entire development is taking a very interesting turn. It remains to be seen how Samajwadi Party and Congress go ahead with the electioneering from here on. Aishwarya?
Absolutely, that's a way contrast from 27 Saal Behal slogan by the, in fact, the party. But speaking further now, Kriti, now Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav will address a rally in Lakhimpur today. So shall we see an encore of the attack that we saw yesterday on BJP over the issue of demonetization?
Well, that's right, Aishwarya. As far as industrial units of Uttar Pradesh are concerned, they have faced the brunt of demonetization. Although they may be divided over the issue, over the intention of the issue, but as far as the business gains and the business losses are concerned, of course, they have aired their grievances. So Akhilesh Yadav is trying to capitalize on that. He has been campaigning against the BJP on this issue. Even in Lakhimpur, he is expected to carry on with his lashing that he has unveiled against the BJP. So, in fact, he would be also attacking what we are what we are getting from the party insiders. He would be attacking BSP as well on the issue of corruption. So, of course, a lot of issues, and he is also expected to highlight his own achievements. But how far he succeeds in convincing the public, that remains to be seen.
Right. Kriti spoke about the SP Congress Born Army, but now SP has not yet withdrawn the 5 candidates that it had announced in Rai Bareilly and Amethi. So what does that really mean, and will we see any resolve, that issue being resolved now?
Well, of course, Amethi is again staring at a very, very interesting contest. There are 2 Maharanis of Amethi, one hailing from the BJP and the other from the Congress. And of course, SP has also fielded the contentious leader, and we've all seen Chief Minister's open dislike for him, Gayatri Prajapati. So, of course, this issue remains unresolved, and in a day or two, we expect some kind of announcement as far as Amethi and other contentious seats are concerned. Aishwarya?
All right, Kriti, thank you so much for those details there. We'll keep coming back to you for more on that story. And the Congress is now looking for a strong show in its stronghold of Rai Bareilly. Now, represented by Party Chief Sonia Gandhi, the constituency has the familiar presence in Priyanka Gandhi. So, will the conventional issues like roads, local infrastructure, education and unemployment still play a role in these elections? Well, we find out. Panchanan Mishra has filed this special story from Uttar Pradesh.
Widely known as VIP constituency, Rai Bareilly has been the pocket borough of the first family of the Congress. The seat was once held by former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and now Congress President Sonia Gandhi. But all that hasn't really helped for the local residents in this 5 assembly segment. The VIP constituency is still awaiting better roads and improved hospitals. And with the politicians and administration looking other way, the complaints are only increasing. This time though, demonetization of the 500 and 1000 rupees currency notes has added further to the problems.
नोटबंदी का असर तो बहुत है, क्योंकि छोटे तबके का आदमी जो गांव में है, आज तक बैंकों में पैसा नहीं पहुंचा है, वो गांव की पब्लिक बहुत परेशान है इस बीच।
काम की हालत, सड़कों की हालत बहुत ज्यादा खराब है। चुनावी जो वादे किए जाते हैं वो कहीं से भी 1% पूरे नहीं होते, चाहे कोई भी विधायक हो।
Job creation has taken a nosedive with several industrial units and factories being shut.
कंपनियां बंद हैं, यहाँ पे मजदूर रोड पे घूम रहा है और उसमें काम करने के लिए रोटी के लिए तरस रहा है और उसमें कंपनियां जो थी उसमें सब बंद पड़ी हुई हैं।
हम लोग का बहुत मुश्किल है, न पैसे कमा नहीं पाते, इसलिए कि फैक्ट्री बंद के कारण हम लोग यहाँ के जितने भी निवासी सबको बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है।
Rai Bareilly did benefit during the Congress-led UPA era with projects like a rail coach factory, National Institute of Fashion Technology being announced, but all that is in the past. In the 2012 UP Assembly polls, the Congress failed to bag even a single seat in the 5 assembly segments within the Lok Sabha segment. This time, Congress workers are banking on Priyanka Gandhi's long association with the people of constituency to register a strong performance.
कांग्रेस अब की बार पूरी तरह से मुकाबले में है। जनता का रुझान भी कांग्रेस के प्रति बड़ा अनुकूल है। उसका कारण है क्योंकि उसने 2012 में राय बरेली की जनता ने कांग्रेस के विधायकों को नहीं चुना, तो उन्होंने यह एहसास भी किया कि कहीं न कहीं इससे सोनिया जी के द्वारा जो जनपद के विकास की जो एक प्रक्रिया है वो बाधित होती है।
In 2012, The Samajwadi Party won 4 out of 5 seats in Raebareli. 1 went to an independent. But this time round, after finalizing an alliance with the Samajwadi Party, Congress workers may have a reason to be optimistic about their chances. Panchanan Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And in Verdict 2017, we'll take a very short break. We'll have more news from the election-bound states on the other side.
Jade was popular during Mughal era and gained prominence during Akbar's rule in 15th and 16th century. It came all the way from Iran and Central Asia in attractive colors. The royalty had a unique use for it. Since jade changed color when it came in contact with arsenic, they started utensils like plates, jars, bowls and even hookah with it, and thereby avoided getting poisoned by rivals.
Welcome back after the break. News from a poll-bound Goa now. Well, a day after BJP President Amit Shah said that the next Goa government would function under Manohar Parrikar's leadership, fueling speculation of his possible comeback to Goa politics. Now, Chief Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar has hinted at continuing as the state's Chief Minister, claiming that the mood of the people is in his favour. Well, in an interview to news agency PTI, Parsekar said, and I quote him now, "In last 1.5 years, I have got several things on track. It is obvious that if I get continuity, it would be better for the state," unquote. Now, responding to a query on Amit Shah's statement, Parsekar said that he had never demanded the Chief Minister's post in the first place. And more news from Goa, where Congress is battling it out in a three-way contest against the BJP and the new entrant, the Aam Aadmi Party. Well, our correspondent Ravindra Singh Shoran spoke with Congress leader Shantaram Naik about his party's preparations ahead of the elections. Now, Naik expressed confidence of the Congress party's win, but confessed that winning single-handedly for the Congress party might be an uphill task.
सर, किन किन अहम मुद्दों के साथ आप लोग जनता के बीच जा रहे हैं?
स्पेशल स्टेटस अपना एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय है। हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में एक अमेंडमेंट मांग रहे हैं आर्टिकल 371 के लिए, और जिसके तहत गोवा विधानसभा को एक अधिकार मिलेगा एक लेजिस्लेशन पास करने के लिए अपनी जमीन और संस्कृति का रक्षण करने के लिए।
सर, दोहरी नागरिकता का भी मुद्दा है, आप संसद में लगातार उठाते रहे हैं।
हम डुअल सिटीजन इसके बारे में नहीं कर रहे हैं। जो पुर्तगाल के नागरिक हैं उनके लिए हम कुछ मांग नहीं रहे। जो NRIs हैं उनके लिए हम ये मांग रहे हैं।
बीजेपी की जो सरकार है, यूटर्न की सरकार है, ऐसा क्यों कह रहे हैं सर?
उन्होंने जो पॉलिसी के हैं, मेक इंडिया हो या स्टार्टअप हो या स्किल इंडिया हो, कुछ भी उन्होंने जो किया है। आप मेक इंडिया के बारे में बताते हैं, कौन सा ऐसा डील उन्होंने साइन किया है जहां मेक इन इंडिया इनकॉर्पोरेटेड है? ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, कहाँ ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस?
विकास के काम किए हैं, पुल बनाया सर जुआरी पर, मांडवी पे एक और नए पुल का निर्माण हो रहा है।
वो जो हमारी योजनाएं थी कुछ सालों में बंद पड़ी थी और बीजेपी ने उनको लोगों को उकसा कर वो बंद करवाया था, वो उन्होंने शुरू कर दिया।
लेकिन सर, बीजेपी की सरकार में एक भी कसीनो को नया लाइसेंस नहीं दिया गया है, सब पुराने हैं।
पुराने हैं, लेकिन जो कैसीनो डेवलप हो रहा है, पहले कैसीनो को इतनी बात कोई सुन रहा था क्या? कैसीनो के लिए इतना मूवमेंट होता था क्या? नहीं होता था। अभी जो सब बुरी चीजें कैसीनो के बारे में बोली जा रही हैं, वो अभी बोली जा रही है, उस वक्त नहीं थी।
लेकिन सर, दिल्ली से चल के केजरीवाल गोवा में भी आ गए। अब
वो गोवा में जो दिल्ली में उनका गोवा में वो करेंगे क्या? कुछ डैमेज हमको करेंगे, एक सीट भी मिलेगा क्या?
तो आपको उम्मीद है कि इस बार फिर से कांग्रेस की सरकार बनेगी?
कांग्रेस की सरकार जरूर बनेगी, लेकिन हमारे सिंगल बलबूते पर शायद बनना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। हमारी और अन्य पार्टियों को मिलके हो जाएगा।
And Ravindra Singh Shoran, who is now joining us live from Panaji. Now, Ravindra, in the past 5 years, the BJP has received flack for reneging on many of its poll promises, and as we saw in that interview, the word U-turn has actually turned into a rallying call for almost all those parties who are targeting BJP in the Goa.
Yeah, that's true, Aishwarya. Since the inception of the very electioneering process, the Congress party has launched a scathing attack against the incumbent BJP government by calling it a U-turn government. The Congress party has been saying that all the promise which has been done by the Congress party, BJP party before coming into the power, no promise of any of them has not been fulfilled so far. The BJP before the election, before coming to the power in 2012, has promised that they will come up and clean the Mandvi River by the casino, and they will put all the ban to the casinos. But the casinos is mushrooming like anything now. When the BJP came into power in 2012, there were only 2 casinos. Now more than 1.5 dozen casinos are working here. Besides this, the medium of instructions was one of the issues which the BJP earlier was highlighting it very much. But after it is coming to power, it has not tried to solve the issue. These are some of the problems which the Congress party is highlighting. That also the Congress party is highlighting that the tallest leader of the BJP in Goa, Manohar Parrikar, he remains imperturbable when the people of Goa were facing hardships because of the mining ban, because of the unemployment problem which the youth is facing. Education sector also the BJP, the Congress party is trying to bring on the upper part. And these are the issues which the Congress party is highlighting in its manifesto also. The Congress party's manifesto, which has been released a couple of days back, is having these issues on top of their priority. Besides this, if we talk about the incumbent BJP government, couple of days back when speculations about who will don the mantle of the western coastal state were reached at the feverish pitch, when Nitin Gadkari, the election in charge of the BJP, has said that the elected MLAs will be only able to elect their own representative to represent them as the chief minister of the state. Amit Shah, while he was addressing a rally, tried to put their speculation on the rest when he said that whoever will be the chief minister, Manohar Parrikar is going to lead the government by his guidelines. He will be a guiding force for the new government if BJP will be voted back to the power. Yesterday also the same question was raised by the youth Karyakarta of the BJP when the same question was asked to Manohar Parrikar. And it was very interesting when Manohar Parrikar answered that young, there is no, the definition of young is very dangerous. When Karyakarta asked him, don't you think, Mr. Parrikar, this is now high time?
Absolutely. So what is not really helping the BJP is also the fact that there is this big question mark on who will be the chief minister in case the BJP comes to power. Thank you so much for those details, Ravindra. And Punjab Deputy Chief Minister now Sukhbir Singh Badal on Tuesday released his party Shiromani Akali Dal's manifesto for the upcoming Punjab Assembly elections. Now called a progress-oriented manifesto, the party has promised jobs and turning Amritsar into a tourism hub. It also promises Wi-Fi connectivity and CCTV in the villages of the state. Also on offer are 20 lakh jobs and skilling of the youth in Punjab. Well, the SAT said that it will turn Amritsar city into the most beautiful city where employment will grow as the tourism grows. Punjab, remember, is going to polls on 4th of February in one-phase elections, and the results will be declared on 11th of March.
Sewerage, water supply, complete concrete gullies and solar light. Complete. We will make Punjab villages on power with urban sector. That is my now priority.
And rubbishing the Shiromani Akali Dal poll manifesto is a bunch of lies aimed at misleading the people. Now, Punjab Congress President Captain Amrinder Singh on Tuesday said that the Badals had failed to implement even 20% of the promises that they had made during the last elections. Let's take a listen.
वो तो हमारी बातें की हैं जो हमने कहा है वही उठा के उन्हें कर दी। अगर ये बात करना चाहते हैं किसानों के लिए तो 10 साल से सो रहे थे क्या?
And staying with Punjab, Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday accused Pakistan of supplying drugs in the state. Now, he warned the neighbouring country of dire consequences if it does not mend its ways. Now, addressing an election rally in poll-bound Punjab, Singh assured that whosoever promotes such activities will have to face severe circumstances. But the Home Minister also urged the voters to elect the SAD BJP alliance once again, as they would provide corruption-free government in the state. Well, remember, state will vote in the assembly elections on 4th of February.
हाँ, मैं यह मानता हूं कि हमारा पड़ोसी देश पाकिस्तान बराबर कोशिश करता है ड्रग्स को कि भारत के अंदर कैसे अधिक से अधिक ड्रग्स भेजी जाए, वहां के नौजवानों को बर्बाद करने की कोशिश की जाए। लेकिन मैं आपको यकीन दिलाना चाहता हूं, आप मित्रों में सरकार बनाइए, शिरोमणि अकाली दल भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनाइए। यदि कोई नहीं रोकेगा इस हरकत को, तो मैं गृह मंत्री के रूप में यकीन दिलाकर जाना चाहता हूं, जो इन चीजों को बढ़ावा देने की कोशिश करेगा उसकी मैं खाट खड़ी कर दूंगा। मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं।
News from the AAP camp, now taking serious note of the circulation of a fake letter on social media. Now, Aam Aadmi Party has filed a complaint with the Election Commission seeking its recommendation to DGP Punjab to register criminal case against those who are behind it. Well, in its complaint to the Election Commission, now convener of Human Rights Cell of the Aam Aadmi Party said that through social media, a letter purportedly written by in charge of AAP's affairs in Punjab, Sanjay Singh, to the party's national convener Arvind Kejriwal has come to the party's notice, which has been found to be fake. Now, in this fake letter, Sanjay Singh was allegedly quoted as saying that Congress is strong on 69 seats and leading on 11 seats. It also cited him as suggesting Arvind Kejriwal to reduce the number of his rallies in Punjab and bring local leaders to the fore. However, Sanjay Singh took to Twitter to blame poll strategist Prashant Kishore's team deployed by Congress for allegedly circulating this fake letter. On to Uttarakhand now, where the Congress has released its list of 5 candidates in its second list. Well, the total number of nominees it has declared so far is 68 for the 70-member state assembly. Now, this list includes Prabhulal Bahuguna from Raipur assembly seat, Balkishan from Bageshwar and Rajendra Barakoti from Someshwar seat. In the first list, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Harish Rawat will contest from 2 seats, Kicha and Haridwar Rural. Remember, elections to the 70-member Uttarakhand Assembly is scheduled to take place on 15th of February and the counting shall take place on 11th of March. And the BJP has released its list of 40 campaigners for the upcoming Uttarakhand Assembly polls. Well, the BJP, in fact, feted the turncoats in its list of candidates for the Uttarakhand Assembly elections. The party has rewarded as many as 12 former Congress leaders who were in recent times. They switched ranks to join the saffron bandwagon. Election to the 70-member Uttarakhand Assembly is going to take place on 15th and counting will take place on 11th of March. On to news from poll-bound Manipur now, and Chief Minister Okrami Bobi Singh on Monday alleged that the BJP-led NDA government at the centre is trying to disintegrate the territorial integrity of the state. Now, addressing a press conference in Imphal, Singh alleged the unrest in Manipur is the creation of the BJP in collusion with NSCM in the name of peace talks. He further alleged that the BJP leaders are crying hoarse that the Manipur Chief Minister is hand in glove with the United Naga Council and is sponsoring the indefinite economic blockade. Now, regarding the opening of the National Highway number 2 for essential commodities to reach the landlocked state, Singh has said that Drivers Union and the Transporter and Drivers Council members were refusing to ply their vehicles on the road due to safety reasons. That's all in this edition of Verdict 2017. Thanks for your time.